said a lot of pertinent issues, but let me start by speaking to you, the press, that are the fourth estate. Colleagues, we cannot continue to be marketing lies. You are the fourth estate, and lies should have limits to which one can go shopping with them. The more you colleagues cover lies, you are making citizens believe the lies. You are the fourth estate, and I think you must get to the point where you can say these are lies, we're not going to cover them as news. I think this is where we need you the most, the media, so that you help the citizens understand the difficulties that we are going through. This is a government. My address is going to be mainly centered on national unity, because I raised the matter of urgent public importance over the issue of Barotsa, directed at Her Honor the Vice President. The answer was not given. You citizens will not help, you members of the press will not help us to say when there was a Suji-like scandal, the Honorable Minister for Wakula, Chilundika, was arrested by the police and dumped in the cells when there was no video footage of Honorable Chilundika. Where there is video footage of the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Stanley Kaku, there is no arrest. What are you guys doing about it? You write about it casually. Stanley Kaku warned and questioned when a Bemba-speaking MP was in the cells. From here, he was transported into Mansa in Wapula. And then when you come into Parliament to raise issues of tribalism, you are told we can't talk about tribalism. You can only stop talking about something when you found a solution to it. And you can only have a solution when you talk to it. The UPND is practicing the worst tribal politics ever witnessed in the history of this country. And us being told not to talk about it from the House of the People is an insult to our conscience. I think we can no longer pretend that this country is not divided. In fact, Zambia is more divided on tribal lines than on political lines. Politically, we're not divided. We are divided on tribal lines. That is the biggest elephant in the room, tribalism. So to pretend that we should talk to the ills of tribalism, I think is insanity of the highest order. MPs that are praying that we had gone with them to meet the matter when the matter invited us. And there are MPs that want us to represent them as we go to Eastern Province. There are MPs that want to represent them when we go to meet Chitimukuru. So, if they don't want to listen to the ills of tribalism, we shall help them. I know, even the composition of us here, to them it's tribal, but I'm not ashamed to say we can no longer continue to pretend that all is well. We can't continue to pretend. They're practicing it, and then they don't want us to condemn them. How? If they don't want us to talk to the ills of tribalism, let them stop practicing tribalism. If you come here at Parliament, assess, privately you are journalists, assess all the recruited members of staff, the support staff, be it the waitresses, the waiters. Trust me, you realize that tribalism is deeply embedded in them. Okay. The majority of them are of those that speak the Zambezi languages. It's a fact. I don't like to speak to fiction. Even those who save us water, a lot of them have been kicked out. If you are a Pili out, you are a Zulu out, you are Mpundu out, you are a Chibufia out, here at Parliament. These things are happening, and they don't want us to speak to them. There are a lot of trainee staff that have been recruited. Most of them are from one side of the country. If we don't speak to it, they'll continue practicing it. I would rather I condemn tribalism than practice it. What they're doing is dividing this country to the worst levels. And I think posterity will judge us harshly if we do not condemn the ills of this regime. Honestly, we were elected to come and speak on behalf of the people. Parliament has become so boring such that you are being told not to debate. Then why am I here? Why are you paying me 2,000 kwacha for sitting allowance? I should just sit in there and admire Nelly Muti. Honestly, I should be paid 2,000 kwacha to admire Nelly Muti in Parliament. Or maybe I should sit there and she admires me.
Yes, the speaker.
I'm not paid 2,000. Oh, she's the speaker.
The speaker.
I'm not paid 2,000 kwacha to be admired or me to admire someone. I'm paid that 2,000 kwacha so that I speak for the people that brought me here.
But she doesn't have us.
And then she stops me. So why are you paying me the 2,000 kwacha? I log in, my credentials, and you pay me 2,000 kwacha, and then you said the MP was in the house. I think we must start having very honest conversations. Gentlemen, being paid 2,000 kwacha times 30 days, that translates into 60,000 kwacha. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for the taxpayer in Lumesi. And then you come here, you want me to keep quiet. You have cholera in the country, you want me to keep quiet. You've got human-animal conflict, you want me to keep quiet. You've got tribalism, you want me to keep quiet. Everything is going from bad to worse, and you're expecting me to keep mute. Are we being fair to the taxpayer? I agree. Citizens they report for work from 7:45 in the morning to 17 hours. At minimum, Parliament will work between 9 and 12, 14 and 19 hours. Why not even extend hours for members to talk? Because they're elected to speak for the people, not for themselves. I'm getting 60,000 kwacha when the Parliament is in session for keeping quiet. And the new citizens, you applaud it. How? I think it's insanity. We must cure this country from that kind of thinking. We can't continue to say, no, if I keep quiet, I'll not be suspended. Come on, I would rather lose my allowance, but I would have represented. The country is divided, and like we spoke, other members have spoken. Honestly, how do you go for prayers for the rains in February? Where are our priorities? Indeed, if we needed prayer, prayer has its own timings. But you pray for rains at the end of February. Where were we in November, October to pray for the rains? Where were we to block the export of maize? I've received a message on my phone. Give me the privilege to read it for you. I don't know who sent it, but it's a strange number. This message came. Honorable, we are dying from hunger. Help us, your people. We are sorry for our wrong decision by voting in the worst president of Zambia. This message came not too long ago.
Dying of hunger.
Dying of hunger.
But welcome back to my bodies in Parliament.
Gentlemen, if we don't speak to realities, yesterday I deleted one minister's phone number from my phone in his presence. I told him I did not know that absolute power corrupts absolutely. And colleagues, may the spirit of being corrupted by power not enter us.
Amen.
It's a bad spirit. Our friends have lost touch with reality. Our colleagues are gone. But you members of the press, if you can even blacklist them from covering their lives, you'll be doing us a service. Where we are, it does not look good. The dollar is still going forward. Fuel is going forward. But the living standards of our people are going down, backwards. I thank you.
Thank you so much, friends of the media. Thank you, fellow citizens. Like we did intimate when we... Now, that was said in case we search for 60 days. We only, for 30 days. We only sit for 16 days. So please don't think that your MPs get a lot of money. It's very reasonable. Plus, this is the money that they buy for your coffins.